All right. All right. All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely day in which the Most High, Ahayah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall, and I will rest therein. I want to say to you all this morning, I got up and just fed the dog and let him out and, that sort of stuff. And realized that I'm still here, yet still here. What can I do to represent my Most High Ahayah? What can I do to represent my Most High Ahayah? Oh, he's given us a lot of things to do. Oh, yes, he has. He's given us a lot of things to do. It's just, are we willing to represent him in the way in which he has asked us to? A lot of times we feel the need to really put more forth during the winter season. We feel that, okay, you got the pagan holidays, and you got those things, and we tend to want to go out and do during this season. And this is this season of fall and winter. It is a season where people are and normally are in need. Because one thing I hate to see is what I've been seeing all summer. Everybody walking with their suitcase or their book bag on their back. You can tell it's in the walk. When they walk, it's in their walk. You can tell that they are going through some things, especially our men. And we don't want to wish nothing bad or negative toward the men, because we also have to think that Ahayah started with them. And the way he has rumbled with them is still yet today. So when you see what you see today, and that's what I've been seeing all summer, men everywhere. It's like they walking with their book bag, not the backpack or their suitcases, is as if they have no hope. Okay? And we have a lot of homeless and a lot of people who are without a place to even lay their head, to call home. So I guess that's one reason why during the winter time we tend to feel them. It's almost and we should not. We should be like this 24/24, wanting to make a difference in other people's lives based on what Ahayah has given us. He talked about the orphanage. These things in which he had talked about as far as the fatherless, the orphanage, and the widows, he was speaking to men, direct to men. Those three have one thing in common. Ahayah wanted to see a male amongst those three. When he spoke of a orphanage, fatherless, and widow, he was speaking to men, because he was saying that this is what is needed in these categories. It's needed. That represents me when you're out there supporting them and helping them. You see how much work we still have. We still got a lot of work, and this type of work, I'm going to lead back onto the men again. This is the type of work men need to be doing, or should have been doing. But Sister Deborah can't hold them accountable for something they never did. You see what I'm saying? They never looked into the biblical book and do the spiritual search to get the receipts to the spiritual search to understand where do you need to be today. It's a lot of things. Even us as women being able to minister to the daughters, the young women, and teaching them. We can't teach them because because we haven't done well ourselves. But we can still give them what we do have. You see, a lot of our males, when I'm seeing in the summer and even in the winter, I see them in the winter too. They just walking to and fro like they lost, like it's missing. Something is missing. Something is gone. They don't have something they need. So just imagine how the orphanage, the fatherless, and the widow is just out there. Never received that which Ahayah had asked of us to make sure that it is taken care of. Let's say, for instance, a woman in the household that has a husband. That should be, even if your husband don't know about this, this is something you need to put before him. You need to put this before him. Say, this is what we need to be doing to represent Ahayah. This is what you, babe, should be representing. These are the three things that Ahayah was saying he wants to see the males involved in. So what? You got children. So do something, be a big brother, be a big sister to another child that don't have, what you and your children have. You see? So it's just trying to find. Today I was just thinking, I woke up like that, just thinking about asking the Father to give me and put in me so deep and rooted. What am I to do while I wait for him? Just think about that, y'all. What are we to do now that we know spirit and truth, and we walking in the light? What are we to do while we're here? Is it about us building up on us preparing for us getting us ready? Or is it about being in the right place when he comes? Right place where, Sister Deborah? What are you talking about? What is the right place? In our hearts, y'all. And I'm not talking about the heart that beats in your flesh. I speak of your spiritual heart. Being in the right place there. Because that's more important than anything. That's more important than anything. Because a lot of us thinking we're going to actually be right here when hell hit the ceiling and we're taken from one location to the promised land. I don't think I will. I really don't, you guys. That's the way I feel. I'm not looking or thinking or wanting you to feel the way I feel, but I'm just saying, me as an individual, I don't think I will be here. I don't think so. But I am not the one who has the end date for my life. It's in the Father's hands, in his hands only. But that's just a feeling in my flesh that I feel. Okay? So, so many things are going on, so many things is taking place. You never know where you subject to find yourself. Especially sickness can strike you one day and you can be gone the next. You can be driving in your car just as praising the Most High Yah. Somebody hit you from the back and twirl you around, knock you over, or anything, you guys. And it might sound like those things are so harsh, Deborah, those things are so bad, but the reality is, when death comes, it don't care where you at, where you going, where you headed, where you got to be, and what time you got to be there. Death don't come and answer to you. It answered to the Most High, Ahayah, when he said, go snatch my prayer and bring it back to my bosom. Death say, we'll do, please to do, Father Yah, and go wham, bam, thank you. You see, it ain't about where you at, where you got to go, what time you have to be there. Death don't care where you at. So me, myself, that's how I see it, and I don't put myself on a pedestal like I'm all that and some, and I'm going to be here, all this. I might talk like he's going to take us over there. I'm just saying that as a way of informing you. I might not be there when you go, but I'm there in the spirit. Okay? I'm there in the spirit. So I can still speak on it as if I'm going over. You get what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, this morning I woke up and I was full of what can I do? And then in the process, I started to think about the holidays. Today it's cold here in Missouri. I started to think about the holidays, and I started to, saying, and I don't celebrate the holidays, and I call them still the holidays instead of the pagan days, because I don't care what day it is. Whatever day it is, I'm worried about. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. This is where I realize that many people are caught up in the religion of the flesh. People are so caught up in religion of the flesh. We as a people have been taught in the last 25 years, it's about not doing what the heathens are doing. He said be in the world, but not of the world. Be in the world, but not of the world. Okay? So therefore, he's telling us to not allow ourselves to participate the way the world would participate in what they participate in. But he's not saying that you can still be in the world and not of it, and just have your mindset of how you going to represent what you want to represent. Representing me doesn't mean you're going to the lake of fire. Representing don't mean you're hellbound. Representing don't mean Ahayah is upset with you and mad at you because you decide to go to your family dinner during the day they celebrate a pagan holiday. It's more important to step into the midst of them in holiness, in righteousness, than to step in between them and enjoy their holiday the way they enjoy it. If you have a meaning to represent the Father in the midst of them, go to that dinner. See, you have to be able to represent the light no matter where you go. Just let's see an example. Do you think for 1 minute the disciples and Yeshua stepped in the world and those who were Satan bound and those who was wicked and evil? You think they was afraid to go up among them? No, they didn't. Why are you going? You see, you're going to still represent the light. You'd be surprised the things that you could do and you can say that'll change your family's way of thinking the rest of their life. But one day, attending a Christmas meal can change somebody in that gathering mindset. You see? So don't be afraid to go and participate, not so much in the worldly celebration in which they are celebrating, but the ideal of if they're inviting you to come in the midst of the world and lay down the light. See? But what we do, we stay rooted in the traditions that says this is a pagan holiday and they celebrate this and they celebrate that. Yes, it is a pagan holiday and it does not represent Ahayah. But guess what? A day is not created to represent Ahayah. A day on the calendar or a day of the world to celebrate or to do does not represent Ahayah. It's who you are. What is in you that represent Ahayah. Let me say an example. I went to a church of my father's and mother's best friend. My father, I think he had known him probably 60 years. His best friend. They worked together for like 40 years, you guys. And his best friend had a brother that name was King. And King decided to open up him a church. He used to go to the church that I led my parents to. So I decided to visit Pastor King's church. Do you know when I got in there, I found it to be blank, dark, missing something. And as I got in there and took all my children, and we sat in there, and I said, wait a minute. I was talking to the Most High when I got in there. I said, this place is dead. This man ain't talking about nothing. This is dead. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. I said, ain't no God in here. And when I said that, the Holy Spirit fell on me. He fell on me. I got up And I started singing that song, something down in me, telling me to go ahead. Oh, something's down in me, telling me to go ahead. Something's down in me, telling me to go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Well, the Ruach HaKodesh is in me, telling me to go ahead. Whoa, the Ruach HaKodesh is in me, telling me to go ahead. The Ruach HaKodesh is in me, telling me to go ahead. Go ahead. And I sung that and I began to sing it again. And all of a sudden, the Spirit of the Lord fell upon me. And I began to shout for joy in the midst of that church. And you know what the Father taught me then? All my children were sitting there. He said, don't ever say that I'm not in a place. Hallelujah. He said, don't ever say, Deborah, that I'm not in a place. And I thank him. I thank him for that, because I'm going to show you another example. When I meet people and these men be looking at me and they be saying, ma'am, as if Ahayah won't accept them because they've been in the prison. Or Ahayah won't accept them because they did this and they did that. Oh, real evil things, you guys. Don't get me wrong. And that the Most High is not going to consider them. And a lot of times I meet a lot of men that have been spent some hardcore prison time. But I look them in their eyes and I tell them, I said, wait a minute, hold up, bro. Do you understand where the Most High rests? I heard his voice say I was in prison. And Deborah, you didn't visit me. So, bro, what are you talking about? To me, that leads me to understand that even in the prison house, Ahayah said you didn't visit me. Even in the hospitals, you didn't visit me. What is that telling you? That he was in places that we don't want to go. He is in places that we say he cannot be. He is sometimes in the worst of the worst places that you think that he is not at, but he is. So how is it amongst our families that is a place that Ahayah don't want us to represent him? Do you see the point of what I'm making? The world don't make us. We make it who our Father is. So, working with the home for battered women and children, I want you all to understand, a lot of people during this season, it's fall and winter, people are in the highest level of suicide. That means Satan have his time, his season. Satan have his season to destroy the flesh of man. Isn't that deep? And that's during fall and winter. That's when a lot of people's mood swings is all over the place. That's when a lot of people are going through a lot of issues with families and friends and feeling, they don't have. And this is during this time. Even though you see the world celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas, that you can truly know that is a worldly holiday. That is a pagan holiday, a day and a time that is not set in the right hand of the Father. But you represent Ahayah. You don't have to represent the holiday for what it stands for, because that should be in your heart. That should already be rooted in your heart, that you don't celebrate it, you don't honor it as anything outside of a pagan holiday. But to sit among people during these days is not a bad thing, because you can always bring light in the midst of darkness. Just make sure you are the light that's coming in the midst of darkness, because that's what he means when he said I was in prison and you didn't visit me. Come visit me. You're the light. Come meet up with my light in prison, because I'm there. And it can be in the prison of a mental hospital. It can be in the prison of a family that's bound to the house because they're losing it and they just go. You can be in the prison of your mind. So when Ahayah talking about prison, it could be behind bars. It could be in your household. You know, it could be many places in your mind and in your body. Can you be in prison? Prison to sickness, prison to disease. He's sending his light in there, and we won't go because we thinking, oh, I don't want to go there because this person is, this person that. You know, this person represents this. See, this is where Yeshua did. He went among those that people wouldn't have thought he was a step among. But why did he do that? Because he's the light. And that's something I was thinking about too, you know. I'm bringing it before the altar of the Most High Ahayah. And to say that, where can I go? What can I do that will represent your light, Father, in the midst, being in the midst? I know I want to do a little something different on this Devil platform as far as using time. Since he said the warning and the warning is finished, like all is finished, I would like the Father to teach me how to really bring out him in a way that light shall shine to many that are in darkness, many that are in prison, many that are in sickness and going through, even if it's to learn about different medical conditions and bringing it forth in the spirit realm to explain to people that it's not the end. It really could be the beginning and not the end for you. Never consider life having an end because of illness to the flesh. It could be a form of telling you that it's time to live and not die. Okay? I just want him to bring things to me that would represent him and his life, his spirit and truth. I've said enough. Like he said, the warning is finished, baby. Keep in the race. Keep heading to the finish line. So, being so, I want to do something a little different. Tonight at 7 p.m. I will be going into a stage of I don't know what I'm going to title it, coming at 7 p.m. every day. But I want to bring it into a comfort zone. We're going to bring into messages that now is glued to comfort. Because now that we are to be destroyed, we have been destroyed. Now that it is finished, now that the warning is finished, now it's time to just focus on staying in the light, enjoying the light, resting in the light, speaking regarding the light, and suffering the light to be as bright as it is. Okay, so I, Sister Deborah, is going to end this, and I will see you at 7 p.m. Central Time with a total different message regarding the light. And I myself will be in my pajamas, and I will have I'm thinking about hot tea. Then again, I'm thinking about hot chocolate. Either or. I even might get hot coffee. And I will be cuddled up, and I will be discussing the light of the Most High Ahayah that shines bright. So come join me. 7 p.m. Central